Welcome to our English learning podcast. I'm James and I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Maria. How are you today?
Hi, James. I'm doing really well, thank you. I'm excited about today's episode. What's our topic for today?
Today is episode 30, and our topic is sustainable living. It's a really important topic for our planet and for all of us. We're going to share tips, ideas, and maybe a few funny stories along the way.
Absolutely. Sustainable living means making choices that help protect our environment. I think it's something everyone can do in their own way. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about sustainable living?
Well, I think about reducing waste. You know, we all produce so much garbage every day. I once tried to see how much waste I could reduce in a week. Let me tell you, it was a bit of a challenge.
I can imagine. I tried that too, and I ended up using a lot of reusable bags. But then I forgot to bring them to the store, so I bought more bags instead.
Oh no, that's the opposite of what you wanted to do. But it happens to the best of us. It's a reminder that we're all learning. What about recycling? Do you have any tips for recycling better?
Yes, one tip is to always check what can be recycled in your area. Different places have different rules. I once put a pizza box in the recycling, thinking it was fine, but it turned out that the grease made it non-recyclable.
The pizza box strikes again. It's tricky. Sometimes I feel like recycling is like solving a puzzle. You have to figure out what goes where.
Exactly, and speaking of puzzles, what about composting? Have you ever tried composting? Oh no, that sounds awful. I once forgot to check my compost too.
I have. I started a small compost bin in my kitchen. At first, I was excited, but then I forgot to turn it. It started smelling like a science experiment gone wrong.
And I found a family of fruit flies living in it. They were having a party.
A fruit fly party. But composting is great because it reduces waste and gives nutrients to plants. If you can manage it, it's worth it.
Definitely. Another way to live sustainably is to use less water. Simple things like taking shorter showers can help. But I have to admit, I love long, hot showers.
Me too. It's hard to resist. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a spa, but maybe we can set a timer to remind ourselves to get out after a few minutes.
That's a great idea. And what about using energy-saving appliances? I recently switched to LED light bulbs. They use less energy and last longer.
Yes, I did that too. It's like giving your home a little energy makeover. And they come in different colors. You can make your room feel cozy or bright. It's like a mood light.
Exactly. Speaking of moods, have you ever thought about growing your own food? It can be a fun and sustainable way to eat fresh vegetables.
Oh, I've tried that. I started with herbs like basil and mint, but my cat thought they were his snacks. He kept chewing on my plants.
Cats do love to snack on plants. I tried growing tomatoes once, but I forgot to water them. They dried up faster than my hopes of becoming a gardener.
Oh no, but growing your own food is rewarding when it works out. Plus, it reduces the need for plastic packaging from the store.
Yes, and if you don't have space for a garden, many cities have community gardens. You can share a garden with others and learn together.
That's a fantastic idea. It's a great way to meet people too. You can swap gardening tips and maybe even share your harvest.
Speaking of sharing, what about sharing items instead of buying new ones? There are many community groups where you can borrow tools or books. It's like a library for everything.
That's true. I love the idea of sharing. It helps reduce waste, and you can try things without committing to buying them. Plus, it saves money.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about transportation. Walking, biking, or using public transport can help reduce our carbon footprint. Have you ever tried biking to work?
I have. It was fun at first, but then it started raining and I got soaked. I arrived at work looking like I just got out of a swimming pool.
That's one way to make an impression. But biking is a great way to stay active and help the environment. Just be prepared for the weather.
Good point. And if biking isn't your thing, Carpooling is another option. Sharing rides with friends or coworkers can save gas and reduce traffic.
Yes, and it can be a fun way to catch up with friends. Just make sure everyone likes the same music, or it could turn into a sing-along battle.
That's true. Music can really set the mood. And finally, let's talk about shopping. Buying secondhand clothes is a great way to live sustainably.
Absolutely. Thrift stores are like treasure hunts. You never know what you might find. I once found a vintage jacket that looked like it was from the 80s.
That's awesome! And it's good for the planet too. Every time you buy secondhand, you're helping reduce waste and giving clothes a second life.
Exactly. So, to sum it all up, living sustainably can be fun and rewarding. We can reduce waste, recycle better, compost, save water, grow our own food, share, and shop smart.
Well said! Thanks for joining us today in our discussion about sustainable living. We hope you found these tips helpful and maybe even a little entertaining.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our podcast. Let's keep the conversation going and help each other live more sustainably.
Goodbye, everyone. Remember, every little action counts, and together we can make a big difference.
Yes, stay curious, keep learning, and enjoy your journey towards sustainable living.